All right, y'all. This might be one of the most um, vulnerable ones that I do. So I don't know. I had to like really build up my nerve because I didn't know if I would ever publicly speak on my son's journey to his diagnosis. And but people just keep encouraging me to share because others need to know. So I'm gonna be sharing some very personal um, things, and like I said, it's taking me a minute because it's very vulnerable to me because it's my child, and I never thought I would be here. So bear with me. I don't know if I have to do 2 or 3 parts. I don't know. So I was getting to me a little bit too much. So to start out, his first diagnosis was in 2022, and it was a diagnosis of ADHD. Um, Leading up to that, what brought about it was some things that started happening at school, and that's a whole. I'll have to get into that another time. so so his first diagnosis was ADHD. I took him to have a private evaluation done because I just didn't want to. I wanted to do it myself. I didn't want the school to be involved. Now, to be fair, I pushed back a lot on um, so I pushed back a lot because I didn't want him to be just another person in the system. I didn't want nobody putting no labels on my child. So, and I was very adamant about that with the school. I even argued with the with the doctor when they came with with the psychologist when they came with the diagnosis, psychiatrist. Sorry. Um. So that was his first diagnosis in 2022. Um. Again, things are school related, so and that's a separate matter I have to get into. So we went back again between seeing his pediatrician for that. I think it wasn't a full year, probably about 7, 8 months. We went back for another full psych evaluation. Well, he had to go through the full evaluation because I needed to see what's really going on. I needed the full workup on him. And so we went back in um, for the full workup. And he was diagnosed with autism and ADHD combined in 2023. I think we're coming up on 2 years. What is this? We're coming up on 3 years. So in 2023, um, he was diagnosed with autism and ADHD combined. High functioning. High functioning. Now, when I tell you he's smart, that little boy is smart. He is very smart. I always been smart. I always told him he must have been here before. He got old man sense. When I tell you he can sit there and have a full conversation with you. So he's very high functioning um in many parts of his world. Um but it's definitely things that he's low functioning on. He scored very low on his IQ test. which came with his full psych evaluation, um, which is a learning disorder. Um, and so he just still have to have services and accommodations, ABA therapy, therapy, regulating his emotions, um, just all kind of accommodations. And when I say it's been a journey, it has been a journey for not only him but for me, baby. It has been a journey. Like, I don't feel like my life is my life anymore, um, because it's all about him. If I'm not in doctor's appointments or taking him to therapists or in meetings, and it's just been one thing after the next. Wouldn't trade him. I wouldn't trade him for the world, but I also wouldn't wish that upon no a child, a parent. It's a lot. When I say it's a lot, it is very mentally and emotionally draining. And that's my baby. And it's been plenty of times I broke down and cried because I never would have thought that I would have to be that I would be here. I've worked in this field for many years, dealt with it, and seen it. But when it's you on the other side of the table, when it's you that's advocating for your own flesh and blood, it's a different stance. It's like I feel like I'd be having an out of body experience. And it's like no matter how much knowledge or experience you have in this field, when it's yours, it's different. It's different. Now I know a lot of people have asked me why so long. Excuse me. I know a lot of people have asked me why did it take so many years for him to be diagnosed. And truthfully, it's still a question that I don't have an answer to because the signs had been there. Honestly, I mean, just looking back now as a parent, looking back, the signs been there. Um, but we didn't put a label on it. When I brought certain things up to his pediatrician, which he's been under his care since we've been here in Georgia. So he was a growing child. He was like what 2 when we moved here, so he was a growing child. So we thought maybe like when I used to bring things up to his pediatrician, like the tantrums and the like certain things that I would pick up on that I felt like was probably a little too extreme. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Well, he's growing, so we was just trying to. I guess. I mean, I've never dealt with it. He's my youngest, and just thought he was a growing child. But now looking back and knowing, getting all the knowledge that I know now, the signs been there. And I'm gonna get into some of those signs that I picked up on. Um, but yeah, so he got his diagnosis late 7. I think he was just making 7, and he about to be 11 this year. That's so sad for me to say. I'm like, oh my god, he's almost a preteen. Um, so yeah, he got a late diagnosis, and honestly, I couldn't be more happier now because I know how to deal with. You know what I'm saying? I know now that it's not just a question mark when certain things come up, or what I'm saying, I'm seeing certain things. It's not just a question mark there. I know now what to deal with, how to deal with what's going on, because again, it's a learning process for me and him, and he's doing so much better with it. He really is. Also, autism was not widely recognized. You know, I don't I don't have any knowledge of it being in our family on my side. As a matter of fact, um, his psychiatrist suggested that we do a it's a blood test. I can't recall the name of it right now, but it's a blood test where the parents get tested, to see if it's running, from which side it's running on. I don't know. It may be on my side. Hell, heck, who knows? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It just was never widely. It's a that's why they're trying to raise awareness on it now, because it's not, if it's there, it's not like recognized widely. So even if I saw the signs, I probably just didn't know, what to. I didn't know a label to put on it, or whatever. I didn't even think about going through testing. But some of the signs that I used to see, or now that I know what it is, he's always been a picky eater. And when I say the boy loves him some chicken. And so now that I've joined the communities, and, I'm around other moms and parents, and, you know, working with people and stuff, I know that a lot of their the kids and people diagnosed with it have a love for chicken, and I know this just from working around it. And the boy loves chicken. Okay, he'll eat chicken in the morning, noon, night snack. He loves him some chicken. Okay, he don't care if he was at a 6.5-star restaurant. He gonna get him some chicken. Okay, so he's always been a picky eater, a good eater, but a picky eater. Also another thing is sensory. Um, Clothes, he don't like them. He don't like them, but he don't care. He don't care. You can buy him a $500 outfit. As soon as he gets somewhere where he feel comfortable, he gonna script them clothes. He don't like clothes. He never liked clothes. I never thought anything about it. That's told the psychiatrist the same thing. Psychiatrist the same thing. Um, that he just never liked clothes. I always called him my naked baby because he just never liked clothes. And the psychiatrist looked at me. He said, "You do know that's a sensory issue, right? He don't like clothes, tags, things like that." Now now that I know, I have to buy him clothes with like tagless clothes, and clothes that's not, I have to take him pretty much with me because it's the feel of clothes and stuff like that that irritates his skin. Sensory issues. Noises, loud noises. He can't do it. He can't stand it. He can't. That's a trigger for him. That would trigger him. He can't stand loud noises. Um, Looking back, I now know that it was major for him. And I know, I guess I never picked up on it because it's normal for little kids to be like when I used to turn on vacuums and go through car washes, and um, those hand dryer machine, them hand dryer things in public restrooms, things. I mean, he would scream to the top of his voice, like it scream. Like my other kids, they didn't like them. They didn't like all that noise and stuff either. So they came of age, but he would just like act up a scream. Um, and now that I know, he used to cover his ears and things like. But me again, I'm thinking he just like a normal child. He don't, it irritates me as an adult. I don't like uh them dry your things because they is too loud. So I'm thinking that he just like a normal kid. He don't like noises. So again, it was just extreme for him because that's a sensory issue for him. So loud noises is one of his things he can't. It would trigger him. Um, Even loud voices. You can be talking in a way. You can be real passionate about what you're saying, and if he perceives that you're yelling at him or screaming at him, it can be a trigger for him. Um, What else? And so I always tell people, he have to have special accommodations at school, um, or whatever. And I always tell people about Jay. You will meet when you deal with Jay. You will meet Mr. ADHD before you meet Mr. Autism, because you're gonna see his ADHD 24/7, even in his sleep. He hyper, okay. And that's another thing, because the boy used to he can go to sleep. I remember times like he used to go to sleep and wake up. I mean, as soon as he opened his eyes, he on a full conversation about something we had discussed yesterday. A full conversation. You remember, talk. I mean, yeah, very hyper, very active, very active. He love his games now. He love his video games, and I get him into sports, and I try. Very active when he want to be. Now once he get on them little video games and things like that, that's it. You probably won't hear nothing else from him, because he into his games. He into his games. So I have to get him out, make him do physical exercises, because if not, maybe he'll be in front of that game until you make him go. So I have him in sports. Sports has helped him a lot. He loves soccer. That's a sport that he just feel like he don't want to play another sport. Everybody keep on trying to get him on the football field. They keep trying to get my baby out there on the football field. He said he don't want to get out there because he don't want to get scratched up. They said that's that light skin stuff. Anyway, my baby's on the football, so if he don't want to play no football, he ain't got to play no football. He loves his soccer, so we got him in soccer, and he take taekwondo. That's helped him a lot with his discipline and his emotions and things like that. So I try to keep him active, try to keep him busy, because he's very that ADHD. That's why I said you'll meet his ADHD before you meet autism. Autism is more so sensory and learning, that we've seen so far. So with ADHD and autism combined, it gets rough on them. It gets rough on us, sometimes. And it's just like constant reminders and constant assurance. With that also comes depression and anxiety and other things like that. And it's been a journey. It's been a journey. But God chose me for it. He chose that child for me, and he chose me for that child. So I'm here for it. And God's been good through this whole journey. Because, honey, it's been plenty of times I thought I was going to. Okay. So, yeah. And so far, that's JCN's journey. In a minute, son.
Mom, I literally just got on.
Come take some of this allergy medicine. Jay.
Right here, girl. I want to win this game. No.
Come take some medicine. Stems a lot. You'll see him stimming whenever he get happy or excited or about to become agitated. You'll see him do certain things. Sometimes he clapping his hands, flapping his hands, or he bites his nails a lot. That's when he become anxious or overthinking or worrying about something. What else does he do? He'll pace. He'll walk around a pace. Now he done started singing. I don't know who told him he could sing. My baby got a little voice though. If you hearing it up in there, he got a little voice. So he done started singing and humming, and it's just certain things he'll do if he find himself getting agitated. That's one of the things they're working with him on. He'll find things to do, close his eyes, count, um, sing, walk away, find something else to do. Find something to laugh about, things like that. Um, he loves to swim. He loves to swim. He loves the water. Um, love the outdoors, leaves, and he's a loner. A lot of people think, that's a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. I'm a loner. Um, I enjoy my own company, and he enjoys his own company. And the reason why I say that, I know, he loves people. He's a people person. So when he get around people, he flourished. He never had issues, making friends or keeping friends, things like that. He never had that type of issue. But he loved to be alone. He loved his own company. He loved his space. Don't go in his space, baby. Don't go in his room. Don't touch nothing without knocking or asking or anything like that, or telling them what you're gonna do with his things. So he just like his space. You know what I'm saying? Don't I try to be respectful with everybody. And that's his space. He just like his own space. He like his own company, and I don't see anything wrong with that. But it's not like when he get around people, he love people. He love to be around people. He know how to interact with people and talk to people and play with them and all type of things. So, but he also enjoys his own company. And so, yeah. So that's, if when you know him, and I know him like the back of my hand. I know him like the back of my hand. Do you hear me? Because he under me, 24, 25, 8. Um, so I know him like the back of my hand. So yeah, it's just certain things that you'll get to know or know about him, know about your own child. Know certain things about him. Um, like I say, it's still a learning journey. I've been in mental health care for a long time now, and I've worked with children, adolescents, adults. I've worked with them all, and it's